Hello everyone. In previous session,
We discussed something about terminology in SAS, like what we call a table, what we call a rows, and what we call as columns. Can anyone tell what is tables here?
Dataset,
Data sets, rows,
observe,
Variable, variable,
observation,
Observations,
observations,
columns are called as
variables.
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 variable,
Okay, understood this thing, right? So like data, okay, data. We wrote something called a name to the data, psi. Okay. So this is what the first line was. The second line was in file. Okay, the third line is input. The fourth line was data lines. Okay, and the and ending was run. This is
Run.
what, right? So we finished with this. So I'll make you learn this, Abhi. Now, okay, what is in file and all that. Then I'll make you learn this input. Then we'll discuss about the data lines and all. Data lines is same what we write. Okay. So when I cover input, data lines would be covered. Okay, understood? So let's begin our class. Like first, we need to know how to import the data into a SAS. So that there are many ways of importing a data into SAS. So I'll quickly review what are the things. Okay, so like ways of importing the data. So from data, when the data is taken from external, when it comes to SAS, it is SAS dataset. Okay, so that's it. So like here, uh, first we'll start with infile. Okay, in infile, we can import the data as only the txt files. Understood? Only the txt files we can import using infile statement. The first way is like using data lines, right? So we have done yesterday with one example. The second one is infile, and the next one is proc import. Okay, so I'll just explain you first about infile, then I'll go with proc input. Okay, so like here, data ss. Okay, infile. The syntax for infile is here we need to give the path / and the name of the file which we are importing, like Excel, some Excel named as sci dot and the extension. So in the 16th page, I think you know all the extensions are written there, right? Have you gone through, like in the page 16th page
yes,
we
sir,
have
yes.
the okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, semicolon, that's the syntax. Okay, so let us write in file. First is like this one and semicolon. We need to write the path here. Okay, so how do we do it? um, I have some data sets here. Okay, so I want to take medication first. Medication is a text file, text document, you can see here, right? Right click on this, go to properties. Okay, so you have here like this is the name, this is the location, right? Okay, just copy this, paste it here, / the next one is give a name dot extension. Okay, so name is medication, name is medication dot txt. Sorry, it's a backward slash. Okay, understood? Like what we have given, we have given the path. Okay, then a backward slash, the name of the file dot txt. Okay, let us open the file first. Okay, this is medication, right? So how many variables are there in this file? Can you see how many variables are there in this file? How many variables? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. So like we need to write input, right? To describe these variables. Input is used to describe a variable. Okay. So why we I will write here. Input is something which will describe the variables. Okay. So we are describing the variables using input. So I just name them like what I want to name them. ID, visit, drug, and this would be something right
Quantity.
quantity. Okay. ID, drug, visit, quantity, right? Okay. So in this one, sorry, in this one, which are the characters, which are the numeric? This is a character, this is a character, this is a character. Only one is numeric, right? Okay. So for a character, what is the resemblance we need to do in input?
Dollar.
Dollar. Okay. Dollar here, dollar, dollar, dollar. Okay. We are done. So the next step is RU and run. Okay. This is for in file. So when I run this, let us see what will happen. So it said that the data set work.ss has 9 observations and 4 variables. We got 4 variables, right? We have given 4 variables. We got 9 observations. Let us check that. We need to go work. So ss. You got the output, right?
Yeah.
Understood? So this is a way of importing the data from external file to this, and using in file we can import text files. Okay guys, so you have any doubt regarding this? So like if you are exporting importing a data from external file, we need to write like this. uh, Sometimes in file we have some options. Okay. Like we yesterday we written miss over and all that. So we have in file options. When we are writing in file options, okay, if for example data ss in file, when we are using data lines, so we need to write data lines. Okay. Input the id name or something like that, data lines ru and run. So when you are using data lines, we need to mention data lines. When you are using a like something like this, like a path, you need to mention the path here. The same thing. Okay. So normally when you are using data lines, you don't need to mention in file. Okay. I'll just execute a program without in file. So uh, when you are using some options, there are some options of in file. When you're using some options of in file only, you need to mention in file data lines. Okay. Got it clear, guys?
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, clear. Okay, done.
Can
So
you
I've
repeat, sir?
completed. Pardon?
Can you repeat?
Okay, fine. So like in file, in file is used to import text files, right? So when you are writing a data lines, data lines is where we'll give manually the data, right? So when you are writing in data lines, you can you use in file of data lines when we are using in file options like there are some in file options like miss over, trunk over, dsd, dlm, and all that. When you are using an in file option only, we will mention that in file data lines, or else it's not necessary. Like for example, I'll just show you data ss s1. Okay. In file data lines. Okay. Input id name. Okay. Data lines semicolon 1 abc 2 mno 3 xyz. Okay. xyx ru and run. Okay, so this is okay. I need to give dollar here, right? Dollar. Okay, when I run this, okay, the data set is created. Done. So here you have given in-file data lines. If you don't give also, you don't give in-file data line also, it will execute. You can see the output, right? The same thing. We'll use in-file data lines. We'll use in-file data lines when there are some certain options regarding in-file options. There are in-file options like miss over, trunk over, DLM, DSD. We use only in-file data line statement when we use in-file options. Okay, that is clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay. So some might get confused, right? That there is a something in the nodes that there is a they are writing in-file data lines at every point. So that is what they are making you habituated. The a good programming sign is that you don't write a line which is not necessary. Like whenever there is a necessity, we need to write. Okay. So like usage of that, get habituated to that. Then so like we completed infile, right? So how to import using infile? Let us go with how to import with proc import. Okay, proc import. So proc import is used to import the text files, CSV, XLS, I mean Excel files. Okay, let's see how how can we do that. Okay, the syntax for proc import is, the first is data file. The data file here is, so we need to enter the path, the same thing like we did, path and the extension, path and name dot extension. Okay, then out equal to, okay, dbms equal to, what is dbms? Like if you are using Excel, you need to write Excel. When you are using txt, you need to write dlm. Okay, I'll just mention here txt. The dbms is dlm. Excel, the dbms is xls, comma xlsx. So based on that, okay, csv, csv. Okay, understood? So let me okay, dbms semicolon run run. Okay, so like let me import something. We have product underscore sales, right? Let me check this. So it is an xls file. Okay, we have here the same thing, the path. I'll take it, proc import. Okay, data file equal to, so you can use single quotation or double quotation, like use double quotation basically. Okay, okay, then backward slash, what is the name? Product underscore sales, right? Okay, the next one is like xl dot xls dot xls. Okay, so the next one is what? Out equal to, what do you want to name this in the SAS dataset? Like you want S1, S2, right? So like that, what you want? Like I'm just naming this as product. Okay, product. Then DBMS. The DBMS for Excel, XLS, Excel file, XLS is XLS only. XLS percentile RU and run. Done. So this is the way. So when I execute this, the data set that has 35 observations and 5 variables. Let me open this. So you got like product underscore code, customer underscore code, branch underscore code, date, goods. So by default, okay, so like here we have, I'll open the data set. Can you see this, right?
Yes.
So the names are already there. Product underscore code, customer underscore code, branch underscore code, date, goods, right? Okay. The same thing we have executed here. And we got the output. By default, uh, uh, there is something called get names. Okay. So like by default, when you write get names equal to yes, or get names equal to no, we can write like this, like anyone, like get names equal to yes is nothing but we'll get the names of the variables. Okay, product underscore customer underscore branch underscore date and go by default, but by some ways we don't want the variable names. Okay, so like what I need to do, okay, I'll just rename this, I'll run this, get name equal to no. So you got hmm, see you got like A, B, C, D, E. Understood? Like if you don't give get names equal to no, the product underscore code, customer underscore code, branch underscore code, date and goods are being taken as a observations. Okay, understood? Like guys, can you understand this? Like when I mention get names equal to no, okay, I'll just show you. The previous one, 35 observations. Okay, when there were here the variable names are product underscore code, customer underscore, branch underscore code, date and goods, right? Okay, when I said like get names equal to no, it took that the first one, like this one, product underscore code customer, as a new observation. So it uh, previously there was 35, right? Now they are 36. Okay, so like here we got A as a variable name, B as a variable name, C as a variable, D as a variable name, and E as a variable. The others have been taken as a observations. So sometimes in real time, what happens is that the Excel does not contain the names. Okay, Excel does not contain the names. So we need to write get names equal to no. Okay, understood?
Yeah.
Then we can rename the variable names into other process. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So this is a way of importing using proc import. Understood? And the next one, like we have some data sets where which have been created by others. Like this is a data set called AE, CM, DC, D- DEV, DM. Okay. So like these are the data sets which is created by others, or we have some data sets like DS, product S1 and SS, right here. So if I want to write copy S1 to other data set, like data S, I'll just write new. Okay, what I want to copy? I want to copy product to another one. Okay, product. I need to write like set product RU and run. So new, there is a new data set created here. Just click on that product underscore code, customer underscore code, branch underscore date and goods. Okay. So the data from this has been copied to new. Okay, why we do this? So in real time, actually what happens is that whenever we have data set from DB or anywhere, right? So for example, there are lakhs of records in DB. We are importing that table to our to dataset into our SAS environment. So like you need to import 1 lakh data. It takes some time, like 1 hour, 2 hours, based on the scenarios. So when you do that and apply some conditions on it, we need to run the program on the DB. So the better way is that first take the data set into our environment and create a backup of it. Okay, whenever you're doing something, we need to take a backup or a sample. Okay, we cannot run on the master data set. If for example I have taken product, this is called metadata. I don't want to run my code on this metadata. I'll run my code or anything on new. Okay, for example, mm, so like here, where branch, you can see like B0550, right? So if I write like this, if I write here, where branch underscore code equal to, what is that? B0505. Okay, copy, pasted, done. So when I run this, you have only B0505. Okay, so you are running some condition on this on on a new data set, not on the original data set. Understood, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a way of doing a programming here. So this is the best, remember this. And you have come across like in SAS there is the data is not case sensitive, the data is case sensitive and the SAS is not case sensitive. So I'll just explain the topic here. Rules of writing a SAS program. Okay, and third one, SAS is not case sensitive but data is case sensitive. So like here I'll explain that first. So here I can write like data, the word data, D capital A T A, okay, or else I can write like DATA, okay. If I do also, there will be no issues. Like you can see, like here, you can see like this is blue color, right? If I remove T, it will give you red. Red is something resemblance of error, okay. So if I write in a whatever way I want to write also, that it will execute. It executed. See, understood? So like date, whatever the code or anything you can write in any format. Like I can write set in capitals and run this. What I got like set in capitals. We are got the observations into the data set, right? Okay. For example, the data here is actually B is capital. If I give small, there were zero observations. So it did not give the output because data is case sensitive. We need to mention it perfectly as it is. Okay, like B is capital in the product. We need to mention whatever it is in the product, either capital, small, or anything. So date the SAS programming is not case sensitive, but when you are giving a data, the data is case sensitive. Remember this point. We'll have in interviews. They can ask in interviews. They will give you some questions on that. They will ask you. Okay, when they will write a program in that, you need to find out whether it is. They will write like this, like they will give you in small letter and ask you the output. Okay, you need to be aware of that, that data is not data is case sensitive. We need to mention everything in a perfect way, right? Okay, so this is what about that. Okay, the next one. So you have come across what we are writing the code, we are executing it, and we are getting output. So normally uh, here I'm writing data s1 input id and all that, right? So I'll just copy this. Okay, when I execute this, I'll just rename it as 2. Okay, so when I execute this, what is happening here? So let's see. In the 62 line, like data s2, input id, name, dollar. Okay. Then third line, second line. The first line is going into the input, the second line is going to the execution, and third line is going to the data lines. And then these all are taken, and when the semicolon is done, it will give you the output. So how is it going? Like what is going on in the background? What is happening exactly in the background? I need to explain you, right? So what is SAS doing in the background when I execute a execute a program? Okay, this is an important question. Okay, so here, so firstly, when you execute it, like when you select it and click on the run guy who is running here, okay, the first thing it will do is that check syntax errors. Okay, so for example, if I give like this, let me do let me run this. So what you got? There is syntax, okay, expecting one of the following, and it gave you like it's asking to give you some uh it expecting something where it is asking below that. Okay, you need to give this uh, semicolon there, so we missed it and it gave an error. So error would be in red color. Okay, you can see SAS is a simple one where we can wherever the error is there, we can see in the log window. Okay, so I have given and showed you. Firstly, it will check the syntax errors. Okay, the next thing. Okay, so like here I have given data is to input data lines. Okay, data lines, I'll remove data lines here. I'll remove data lines here. So what happens, first it has went to from there is no data error, there is no error, there is nothing here. So like data, then it will create s2. So like even if there is syntax error also, it is created s2, right? Oh, I'll delete this. Wait. Okay, I'll run this again. So it said like no data lines or infile statement found. So we did not give anything. It said like, but s2 is created here, right? Data s2. The first thing would be creation of first line. Based on the first line, it will create a data set called s2. S2 is created. Then it will go to input. Okay. So on input, it is ID and name, right? So even if there is no observation also, it created ID and name, right? Based on the input statement. You can see, right? It went from first line, then it goes to second line. Input ID and name dollar is created. Let us click here. So this is character. We have mentioned name as a character. So it has taken as a character. Okay. ID. It is numeric. We did not,
Yeah.
we mentioned ID as a numeric. So it has created as numeric. So first step is done. Second step is done. The next step is data lines, right? So this is data lines. So then first is completed, second is completed. Then it goes to data lines. So here in data lines, it will take the data, all the data lines into input buffer. There would be a buffer. What is buffer? What is a buffer actually? Anyone knows what is a buffer? Buffer is a temporary memory in anywhere. Like buffer is called a memory actually. So buffer in SAS dataset there is a input buffer. This is created. Okay, the data lines are taken into the input buffer. Then it will execute each and every variable. So like before executing that, there is something called program data vector. Okay, so this is a process. First, it will check the syntax errors. Then it takes the input buffer to, it creates input buffer, creates input buffer and program data vector. So what is the relationship between these two? I'll just tell you. Okay. So in program data vector, we have two variables, two automatic variables called two automatic variables are created, that is underscore n underscore and underscore error underscore. Okay, so these are the two variables which are created. Okay, the first thing happens here is that first the data is taken to input buffer, right? I told you, like, it is taken to input buffer. Data is taken into input buffer. Okay, from here, so based on this variables, it will start iteration. Okay, so what is underscore and underscore? Underscore and underscore is the number of the iterations, and it will start with 1. Okay, 1. So here, this is one observation, this is one observation, this is one observation, right? So here underscore n underscore is 1. This is 1. This variable is 1. This 2. These two are 1. Okay, the second iteration is underscore n underscore is 2. The third, this is 3, right? Got it? Understood? So underscore
Yeah.
and underscore, it will start with 1 and end with 3. Until where? Until there is a semicolon. There might be 100 of data lines, but when it comes to semicolon, it will stop. Okay? Okay. So underscore and underscore I have explained. The second one is error underscore error. Okay. What is the error? Like if there is any error, it will show you by default error is 0. If there is any error, it will show you 1. Okay, if there is an error, it will show you. Even though there are there are 100 errors, 1000 errors also, it will show 1. It will show you 1, only 1. The output would be 1. Okay, so like here, I'll just show you. Okay, I'll just write a program. I'll create a new variable 1, input name, id, name, sex. Okay, so here I'll give data lines. Okay, so what is id1? Name is abc, sex is male. Okay, 2 xyz x female, 3 tvx male. Okay, you and run. So here we need to give dollar for this two, right? Okay,
Yeah.
if I don't give, what happens? What is the error? We need to know what happens when we don't give that. So I'm wantedly not giving the dollar here. So like here it gave you some output. Okay, so the first line is red, the second line is red, the third line is red. Okay, invalid data for the name in the line 3 comma 5. Okay, invalid data for the sex in the line 86 7 to 7. Okay, so here you can see, like, you got the error underscore error is 1 underscore in the iteration 1, right? So this is the first iteration. We have error here. We have error in the name. We have error in the sex, but it has given error equal to 1. Got it? Even though there is 100 errors also, it will show you only 1. Understood, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So for iteration 1, it has given you error. For iteration 2, it has given you error. For iteration 3, it has given you error. Okay. Then it we have only 3 here, so it stopped here. Okay. And the next, like it told you, like, in that invalid data for name in the line 86325. Okay, 3 to 5, 3 to 5. What is 3 and what is 5? Okay, how do you know? Okay, so when you place a cursor here, you can see like the cursor is blinking, right? Okay, so when you place the cursor here, you can see here in the top, in the right bottom side. Okay, here, guys, can you see that something is there?
Yes.
Line 110, column 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is 3. So he mentioned 3, right? 3 to 5. How many are there? 1, 2, 3. 3 to 5. Okay, based on this, you can know where is the error. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So this way, for the invalid data for sex in the line 7 to 7. This is 7, right? 7 to 7. Is the color, the cursor position is 7. Okay, here you can see, right? It's 7. It's showing in the bottom. Okay, this way. So it shows you, so you know where is the error. So if you understand what is the error, you just write the error. You rectify the error and run the program, and it will give you the output. Understood? Okay,
Yeah.
so there is no error, so it did not show anything. So what happened, like it started checking the syntax errors, then it has created input buffer, and along with the program data vector. In program data vector, we have underscore and underscore. So like first thing would be, if there is first line, it will go to the first line, take that take one and send it to ID ABC name sex. So this is first iteration. When underscore and underscore is 1, it will send it to to the data set. When underscore and underscore is 2, it will go like start with ID name sex. Okay, when underscore error underscore is 3, it will send this to output file, data file. So this way it will create everything. This is the process here. Understood, guys? Okay, so first it will check syntax errors, then it will take the data lines into input buffer, and it will create simultaneously program data vector. So based on the iterations, based on the iteration from I'll just write, based on the iterations like underscore and underscore, it will create from the program data vector and input buffer are related. When underscore and underscore is 1, it will start using the from buffer, it will start using underscore and underscore and send it to output data set. Okay, so like this, when it is 2, then it will go to 2. When underscore and it will 3, it will execute that. When it's 4, it will execute that. This is the scenario. Okay, understood. That is the way of doing it. Okay, guys,
Yes.
understood. This is important. Like we have questions here. Like what are the questions? I'll just write it here. So the questions here would be, so like an interview question. Okay, can you explain the execution phase in SAS? Or what will happen in the background when you execute SAS? Okay, what is program? What is PDV? Actually, program data vector shortcut is named as PDV. Program data vector is called PDV. Okay, remember that. So what is PDV? PDV is a variable created while execution, where underscore and underscore and underscore error underscore are there. Like these are the two automatic variables which are created. Like we have in the nodes. the- So yeah. in the page number 20. Okay, data step process. Data step process. So uh, read it, understand it, write it in your own way. Okay, write it in your own way. Got it? What is PDV? These only these things, like what is underscore and underscore, what is underscore error underscore, or sometimes they will give you a blank example, like this is a program. When we run it, and there are 100 errors in this. What will be the error underscore error? What will be the error underscore error if there are 100 errors also?
1.
1. That is the answer. So that would be the scenario. Got it? Clarity? So you
Yes.
need to understand what is PDV and all that. Write it on your in your own words. If you have this, if you have doubt in this, first read this. If you have doubt in this, I'll tell you tomorrow again. No issues. Because this is an important thing. We need to know what is PDV and what is not. So before PDV, after PDV, will execute your program based on this also. Okay, got it, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so fine. So that's all for today's class. Okay, so you can just read from the file which I've sent, the thing, and practice that. So anyone has installed the software, try to download the software.
Sir, I have downloaded all the 6 part.
Okay, who is this? Rahul? Rahul or
Yeah, this is
Shrestha?
Subham.
Subham, yeah, Subham, tell Subham. You downloaded it. So you need to know how to install it, right?
No, I'm having some confusion. I have to extract all the 6 parts, right?
Yeah. So like here, I'll just show you. So the files are like this, right? Right? The files are like
Right,
this.
sir? Yeah, right.
Okay. If you click right extract to here,
Yeah,
it will
right.
automatically take everything. Okay, wait.
Okay, the extracted file is of 22.2 GB.
Yeah, this is the one, right?
Yeah, right, sir.
Okay. So here you have like I have sent one more file, I think so.
Yeah, the file is of 2 KB.
2 KB, 30 April 2020, right?
Yeah, right, sir.
So here, uh, just extract this. There is a text file, right?
Yeah, right.
Copy this. Just copy
Okay,
this. Paste it here in this one. SID underscore files. SID underscore files. They would be empty. Just copy and paste it there.
okay,
So I'll send you an email with the video. Okay. There's a video.
okay,
I have the video. So how to install it? So I'll just send you the video, and you can refer the video, and there is only one change in that. Like I'll send you a screenshot. Wait, where is the screenshot? Installation. This is a screenshot. Okay.
okay,
In that video, they have selected SaaS Enterprise as a default. Okay, but we need to select SaaS Foundation.
okay, fine,
Default
sir.
for SaaS file types. This screenshot also I'll send you. Okay.
Okay, fine, sir.
So you refer the video, like it would be around only after 10 or 15 seconds, like that. So when you
No
execute
problem.
that, okay, you can check this, just install that, and you'll get the output. Okay. So
Okay.
basic thing is that everyone should have Windows 64-bit. Okay. This program runs only for Windows 64-bit. Remember that. If you
Yeah,
have
right.
Windows 32-bit, just reinstall it with Windows 64-bit. Okay, guys,
Okay.
clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there anything else I will need to like uh, so if you have any doubts or anything else, you can ask me tomorrow. Try to install it, and I'll send you this file, like where to read the data. I'll send you this file. You can try to read the data. Okay, like I told you,
Okay.
proc import proc thing, right? So try it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Yes.
Okay, fine, guys. So
Fine.
Okay, fine, right. Bye, Rahul. Bye, Ravish. Bye, Vinod.
Bye.
Vinod, you are facing issues with the internet, I think so. You can refer the recording. I'll send you the recording, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Vinod. So, like, when you have some issues, like, you can refer the recording, okay?
Okay. Fine.
Okay, fine. Fine, Vinod. Like, please try to complete that, whatever I taught you today, okay? So that you
Sure.
will not have a burden at the end, right? Okay. So, like, we will
Yes.
be completing around 80 pages. Till the fifth class, we'll be completing around 80 pages. So you need to be perfect in that, right? So 80 pages, like there are many concepts. In 5 days only we'll complete, 5 to 6 days. And in that, I'll give you some task also on the third day or fourth day. You need to complete the task too. So that you can um, use that knowledge in writing the exam. That is what my thing is. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. Fine,
Fine.
guys. Thank you. Thank
Fine.
you very much.